All right, guys, we're back again with the final episode 28 of Frieren, Beyond Journey's End. It's a very bittersweet, man, to be done with this series because it's so wholesome, man. It's been such a vibe of a show. Just, the good moments, the action was incredible too. Like, it just feels like we get so close to these characters, like, Frieren and Fern, of course, and Stark, but also a lot of the side characters like Connie, Lewine, Dankin even. Like, he's pretty chill, pretty cool, and even for an old dude in Richter's words. No, everyone's just like cool. I feel a connection with all of them, but I mean, yeah, it's the final episode. I don't really know what we're doing. I'm hoping we get some Stark. It's been like very lacking in Stark recently. Like, only between the tests have we seen like little glimpses of him. I at least hope the final episode has him again. Has our boy. Maybe him and Fern flirting. Whatever, man. I'm just happy to see him. So yeah, I'm just gonna hop right into it, man. I have nothing really to say. I'm excited to see how they end it. Let's hop right into the episode, see what happens. Let's go. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. Dankin pass. Please. They've shown respect. Yeah, has a reputation for himself. Yeah. True. Maybe if she had taken Dankin as a student. Burnt out ass. Ooh. That's promising. Yeah, just immediately ready to throw hands. Still fire. Yeah. Yeah. Impressed enough. No, I was just gonna say, maybe if she had taken Dankin as a student, he would have actually had the. I don't want to be mean to Learnin from last episode, but the one that she called a disappointment. She said that he was a pretty shy kid, and he had stayed that way. Not too much passion, that sort of thing. While Dankin, I feel like he does have that. As the least you could say about Dankin, he's just like they said, he immediately thought about how to fight her. Like, if he absolutely had to, how would he beat her? Even if he gave up, the thought immediately because of how much mana he had, he was just like, no, okay, I'm dead. But still, he has that fire in him, that passion. Maybe part of her is like, damn, wish I could have found you when you were younger because I would have taken you as a student. And maybe could have been on Fern's level. Maybe could have been better. Oval. Pass, right? You pass. Yep. Not even talking. Haven't even spoken. She's like, I just get that vibe. Feel like you're gonna kill me if I say not to. Because who knows with Oval, man? She could be like, hey, elves bleed too, right? I can imagine that. Oh, land. Some kind of oh, it's a clone, isn't it? Yep. Buddy's here too. Yep. Hey, I'm here. Just a lot safer back. You never left your hometown. Oh, wait, really? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You're telling me that even in the second test when we thought we saw his real body, just never? Bro was just chilling, man. Bro's like, hey, this is easy. Why's no one ever done this before? Watching my favorite show on TV. I know they don't have TV, but I mean, maybe there's a wizard equivalent, a mage equivalent of TV. I mean, basically, he gets to watch the entire tournament or exam, from afar. That's basically TV. That's entertainment enough. Bro was hundreds of kilometers away. Gets you fast. Yeah, just for pulling that stunt. Being in a battle. Yep, same as Dankin. Think about battle. Ooh. Okay. So Werble just sees magic as a tool. It's like if you ask a normal dude, what's your favorite tool out of this toolbox, right? Someone might be like, oh, I guess the hammer is cool, but I really don't feel anything for any of these, right? It's just nothing special to him, man. He uses it as a weapon. You're small and cute. But not threatened. Hey, that's a plus. She was test takers. Yeah. But still, pass. Yeah. She's like, well, I mean, better than most. I was gonna say, like, she was the one talking shit, but she did pass, like, half of them? Maybe a little less than half. Or no, maybe half. I'm not too sure. Yeah. Frieren's like, I didn't know anything about that, but cool, man. I like it. I appreciate it. Yep. Which one? Oh, come on. You gotta go with the cookie. Who gives a shit about pretzels? Go with the cookie. Why not both? Hey, shit. Why are we so cheap? Can't get enough of each other, huh? Oh, a little bit of everything. Ah, Jenkins such a nice dude. True, Stark's probably so lost. It's like, who are these people? Oh? He's a noble? Yeah. And we're just chilling? I love how the music was just like, bro was like, oh shit. I've been trained for this. Fuck, I'm not gonna lie, those cookies look bomb, dude. I really want some cookies right now. Like, they made those chocolate chip cookies. Like, they're weird looking too. They're like, you know, usually cookies they're like this, right? They're like an arc. These ones, they're like a block. But something about it just looks scrumptious. Yeah. So his wife's the one he wants to visit, right? Just a little bit too late. Yeah. She was even able to inspire an old boy. Oh yeah, he was like her inspiration, right? I guess that's just what happens when you live for so many years, make such a name for yourself, and do so many like deeds, especially something like the Demon Lord, right? Like, she has inspired a stupid amount of people that she'll never even meet. She'll never even know what she's done for them. And yet she's still just the elf that, you know, stumbles around trying to find grimoires. And then there's ones like Ciri who are like, you know, they're taking that power and they're using it, man. They're using it to do something. I'm not saying either one is right or wrong. I'm just saying, like, Frieren is such an interesting case of, like, someone who could rule the world or try to at least. But, nah, she is chilling, bro. Bought a bunch of grimoires, yep. It's always worth it. It's like, shit, what do I do? Oh. Okay, yep. Frieren's like, nice, didn't even have to do shit. Oh, god damn it, just trying to read. Oh, you saw that? It's funny that he like shut himself up. He's like, you know what? I don't think I could win this fight either. The world a better place. Yep. I'm glad somebody recognizes. Oh, is that like the theme this episode? How all of these mages have been like inspired by the party, by what Frieren's done, what Himmel's done. Yeah. Bunch of boring stories. Yeah, but I mean, it was the work of a hero. Yeah, it was the stuff that was close to home. Yeah. So that's why he strives to do the same thing, right? Like helping a lady pick up her oranges. Just wants to help the little people. Oh, well, thank you. Goodbye in this life. You already know that. Hey, you know what? I respect him trying to give her the advice, though. For like even a younger dude, he's kind of able to see right through Frieren and some of the problems she might have as, you know, an elf, right? Yep. You just don't get it. Yep, true hero. Yeah, it's why you see in some stories, like the people who are so focused on the bigger threat, right? Like the people who want to just defeat the demon lord, for example. If that's their goal, but they ignore like all the other stuff that like they could just walk past any other problems they're doing. That's why you see them as dicks, because they're just these dudes who are like kind of going after basically the fame or the notoriety of doing the big deed, but they don't actually give a shit about people. They don't care about helping people. They just want to make a name for themselves. Himmel, and now because of Himmel, people like Warble, they want to just help the little people because that just they know the impact that has on towns, villages. Like as Warble said, those little stories are the ones that kind of affect those people more than the big stuff, because the big stuff, it's kind of like just a fairy tale to them. It has nothing to do with them. They don't know the place. They don't know the people. But if, you know, someone like Himmel comes along and helps out your neighbor with like carrying some heavy shit, that's awesome, dude. That's incredible. Like you'd be bragging about that all the time, man. Frieren knew. She's like, oh well, I'll try. 1,000 years. A facility? What did she do? She was just doing the test. Roasted her the wrong way. Just didn't even like say anything though. Like she wasn't even that much of a jerk to her. She just told her like, "Hey, Fern, like you're gonna pass her." That's all she said, and it was true. Siri just doesn't like that she was true. She was correct. Would it be anyway? Yep. Wish I just stayed home and slept. Yeah. That's what all the good masters want for their students, though. And she's proud, man. She looks damn proud about it. But we gotta fight. I gotta prove myself right now. Yeah. She can tell. She can see when someone sees her. What, he wants to kill her right now? What the shit? Ooh, actually, yeah. It's not bad. Okay, well, it's kind of late. You're already going for some killing blows, you ass. It'd be so awkward. Yeah, like... It doesn't even make sense to me, though. You know, it is kind of, I think, to prove himself, because Siri was just talking shit about him, about how he was too, like, he would never fight Frieren, even though he knows he would win. Just this weird thing. It seems like he was making up this excuse of, like, oh, I don't want to leave her behind alone, so I want to do something, like, amazing, so that I can be on the same level as Flamme and be remembered. And then, of course, Siri is also remembered as the teacher of such a, you know, a legend, you know? But that's just stupid, man. Like, it's gotta be the stupidest reasoning I've ever heard. It's like your ego's hurt. That's all it is. Yeah. Even though she acts like she doesn't care, or that they're not worth anything. Yeah, even though she calls them a disappointment, says they're not even close to her level, they're still important to her. She doesn't even know how to explain it. Yep. And now it's causing me issues. You straight up trying to kill me just because she's a terrible mother. We are, yep. Both of them meant for each other. But, I mean, to be fair, I did talk about this already last episode when they were talking about how he could see the fluctuations of Frieren. He is definitely like a powerful mage, but he must be pretty damn powerful, because he was able to land a blow on Frieren. Like, even though it was kind of by surprise, right? She was still defending herself. She was still evading, maneuvering, still landed a pretty solid hit on the shoulder. That's impressive. I mean, to have that level of power to break through her defenses, that is like at least Fern level of skill. Okay, old man, sure. I will, yep. Just happy to be here. Yep, was happy to have you, buddy. People love you wherever you... Yep, same as Himmel, man. He's making a name for himself in the small shit. What is it? For what, just to do laundry? Spotlight, that's it? From the era of mythology. To do laundry? Are we serious? Please tell me Stark's like, really? Like, that's what you choose? I mean, I was hoping for something, like, combat-wise, but I mean, that's cute, I guess. I don't happy about no, shocker. Definitely Frieren student, that's for sure. But still, man, like, I was really hoping for like something combat-wise. I think I joked last episode. I said maybe something to stop the mimics from constantly catching Frieren. Like, hell, that would have been useful. Would have saved us a lot of time in the future. Hey, laundry? I mean, save money at the laundromat. Yeah. If we continue traveling. Yeah, that's what yeah. Only a short goodbye because it's not the last one, right? That's our style. It would be embarrassing. That's the important part. What happens if we cry, if we tear up, but, you know, we see each other next week? Like, what do we do then? Yep. What does that mean? You know, we didn't see any of that flashback, right? You know, maybe a little bit more explanation would be nice. Damn. I'm glad it was just kind of this, like, subtle, nonchalant thing. They didn't need to make it like a huge spectacle, because that would have kind of gone up against a lot of the other vibes from the show that we've received. Like, it's a very, like, calm, relaxed series, right? Like, we don't need this big epic battle at the end. Because I kind of thought that's where they might have been going with Siri's student trying to attack Frieren. I was like, oh, okay, like a fight, like at the end. Like, not really what I was expecting. I wouldn't really hate it, but it would feel a little bit out of place, I think, in this show, especially in the finale, right? While the action in this show is incredible, the series itself definitely strives off just the small character moments, the times when we get to see, like, the effects that Frieren has on people, that Frieren and Himmel and even like Stark and Fern have on people. Like, that was kind of the whole point of this episode, was to show just how, like, they changed the world, not by doing like just this huge thing of defeating the Demon Lord, but also the small stuff, the small connections that they made. Himmel by helping people with just like small chores, that he inspires other people to do the same thing, to want to, you know, keep that legacy going, because they know what it feels like to be inspired by that, so they want to pass that on to people. And then we know with Dankin, he was inspired by Frieren and the stuff that she did with the party, right? Like it's a big part of the reason why he became a mage in the first place. He saw what they did, he heard about the tales that they did, and he fell in love with magic, and that's why he started doing it. And then there's like Kane and Lewine, who, like, they've only known Frieren for, you know, a few days, but she helped them so much. She probably helped them to learn, helped them to work together a little bit better, like, kind of, you know, air out their frustrations, kind of deal with it. Nothing huge. Like, they didn't pass the test because of her. They passed the second test because of her, but they ultimately failed, right? So they didn't end up passing because of her. They don't owe her that huge favor, but they are still really, like, happy to have met her, glad that she was around, because she had that effect on them. They affect people. They bring, like, wholesomeness vibes. They just like to help people just for the sake of it. And then we even saw that little hint of how that's the same thing that Stark's been doing the entire time. Like, while they were in the test, he was helping all these people, so much so that they got on a first name basis with him. They were like, hey, Stark, you know, take this bread to go. We're gonna miss you, man. the warrior's journey is long and hard, but you're doing all right. That old man, he even bonded with him. He was never a jerk and like kicked him away, right? It was only when the guy walked away, he was like, man, that guy, he's kind of weird, but I mean, hey, I'm not gonna be mean to him. No, just a very, very chill series, just about how it's not just the big stuff you do, but the small stuff. Like, kind of the whole point of it was like, they didn't have any huge villain to fight throughout the whole series. There was the small stuff, the small monsters they had to do, but the main point was like after the fight, like what is there to do like after the huge fight is done? Like the demon lord was dead, defeated, like what now, that sort of thing. But it shows that there's still many things to work for, to fight for. Like it's not over once that big fight is. The world still continues on. There's still demons, there's still evil, but you still have people who are inspired by your actions who fight that evil, right? So just so kind, this show. It's just the word. It's such a kind show, and bright, and just feel good, right? I had a great time with this series, man. Fern, Frieren, and Stark, they were some of the like, they were obviously the main focus. But as I said, the side characters are also like, they were kind of such an important aspect as well, because they're the ones who are being affected by us. And, you know, it's one of those shows where like, you don't get necessarily closure in the common sense that you would think about it, right? Like, we have characters who we met and we never saw them again. Like Kraft, Sign, he took off so long ago and he's looking for his one friend, Guerrilla Warrior. Never saw what happened to him. Of course, that's probably like maybe season 2 stuff or later on in the series. But I mean, season one felt no need to like include anything like that. They didn't have a montage at the end that was like, oh, here's Sign right now, here's Guerrilla Warrior, here's Kraft, what he's doing, here's what all these characters are doing. No, it was just focused on Frieren and Stark and Fern. Like, they were the main characters. We wanted to end with them, right? So even though they did that and we didn't see what's going on, we don't feel like, damn, like what's going on with those guys? We know that they're still just out there. We know that they're still doing their thing. Who knows what they're going through? They could be in the middle of a fight right now, but that's not the point, right? Like they've left. Like they're not in our lives at this moment in time. Might see them again. Like, we didn't do a big, huge goodbye. So that means possibly we'll see them again in the future. It's just not that important of a thing. Like, we don't need to know, man. Like, as far as they know, as far as like Frieren knows, they're still out there. And that's as far as we know too. So I don't know, just the overall vibe, it just did things like so much differently than other series than like we're used to. I just had a great time with that. It was such a, I don't want to say anticlimactic finale, but really like not a lot happened. But I'm just okay with it because that's just kind of the show. That's fine. It's chill, man. Like, I wasn't expecting this huge fireworks, you know, like the fight sort of shit. I'm glad that it was just kind of a chill, like relaxed, like goodbye, basically a quick goodbye. Basically, that's what this finale was. Like, it was just a quick goodbye. Because what if they did this huge ending, this huge thing, as if like the series won't get renewed, so let's end it off on a bang. But then what if it gets renewed, right? Like, then it's just off. Like, season 1, they're gonna be like, okay, you know, back to the usual, like that huge fight, that huge parade we had back there. We're that's done. Like, now back to the adventure. Honestly, man, I just don't know what else to say. I'm gonna miss obviously these characters and stuff. As I said, I don't know if season 2 is already confirmed or if there's even plans for one. As far as I know, there's nothing. So I'm just gonna say right now, I'm gonna miss these characters. We're probably gonna be without them for at least a little bit. But I'm happy with the way it ended. I feel like it was a very good, like, justifiable ending. I can imagine why some people might see it as, like, as I said, anticlimactic, maybe in a much more negative way, but I mean, I think it was pretty good. I think it was pretty solid. The series as a whole was fantastic, man. Like, I am 100% okay with it. It stuck with the vibe it created. It never really went off script. It never really went with the tropes of other fantasy shows. No, I'm very happy with it. It felt like they set out to make this show and they made the exact type of show that they wanted to make. Like, maybe no like studio interference making them do like any other type of shit, making them change storylines. I feel like this is probably exactly what happened in like the manga or the light novel, whatever came first. And they followed it. They followed it to a T, I'd say. So yeah, I'm super happy. I might even have to get into the manga, just because, like, just to see what happens next. Though the way they set it up, it's not really a huge rush, right? Like it's not like a huge big deal. So I'm impressed. I'm very much impressed with the show. I don't know what else to say, man. Like so little happened that there's not much to say. Obviously, Frieren getting like that spell for the laundry, chill. Like it was another chill thing that they did, man. They didn't need some big banger spell. Just hell, clean the clothes. Why not? But now we get to continue on into the north. Get to go to that like the heaven place, the afterlife place that we're trying to get to. We got other characters that we might run into in the future, like Warble, Uval. I'm a little more concerned about Uval, just because of what Warble was saying. Like, you know what, if I had killed her, the world might have been a bit of a better place for it. Because I'm a little confused on her character. I don't know if they're making her like a villain or if they're purposefully like keeping her kind of balanced either way. Because she is definitely like crazy, but she hasn't done anything so super horrifying that I feel like I want to call her a villain. So there's that. Plus she would have gotten whatever spell from Siri, so that might, who knows what she would have chose, man. Like if it helps with murder, then that's terrifying. Obviously, if there's a season 2, I hope that we get to see most of these characters again in it, but I wouldn't necessarily be surprised if they don't. You know, like they've sort of made their point of like, yeah, the like Frieren, she runs into people and then doesn't see them for like years and years and years and years and years. Maybe they even die by the time she thinks about them again. Who knows, man? But they've made all the characters so likable enough that I want to see them again. I'm also intrigued by Siri's character. I don't know if there's more to her that we're going to see. It kind of felt like they concluded that a little bit, her little story that she has with Frieren. They're like rivals, right? They just don't like each other too much. But I wouldn't necessarily call her like an enemy. I wouldn't say that she's going to be problematic in the future. They both kind of want the same thing of like, I don't know if does she want peace? Does Siri want peace, or does she even care if it's like war or fighting or peace era? I don't know. But it's not like she's striving for anything bad. So like, you know, they dealt with each other again. Siri kind of had to admit that Fern was a good student, deserved to be first class mage, and I think that's happy. And that made Frieren happy, but just to strike her back, Siri was like, nah, you ain't allowed in here. Like, for 1,000 years, you're not allowed to do shit to do with any association of my creation. 1,000 years banned. Other than that, man, that's it. I think I'm done talking. So, great series, man. I had a lot of fun with Frieren. I hope there's a season 2 at some point. I might look into that after I'm done recording here. But as far as I know, this is it for now. So, hope you all enjoyed this series. Please let me know anything down in the comments if you know about season 2 or about the manga. Should I start reading it? Like, season 2 might take so long, I might as well start the manga anyway. Just drop any of your thoughts down in the comments. And I do have a Patreon linked in the description. Helps to support me a little bit more, plus gives you early access to not this series anymore because it's done, but any other future series that I do or that I'm currently doing. And yeah, I just highly appreciate it. And that's it. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll talk to you all later. Peace.